All right, I should be back. Part two. Don't try to download stuff when you are live. That's a bad thing. All right, now it seems like I'm back online. Now it's 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 just a chance that people will actually see it and come in. That was a pity. But it's all right. I'm going to continue as if there were people here because I'm crazy like that. All right, so um, I was actually like trying to download something from my actual, where is it? Here, this thing here, right? And I wanted to actually check if there was an actual map on it or if there were just, pieces of it. I can bet a bit of money that there is no map there. There is just the actual pieces. Like those are actually collections. I would think that those are collections. And that's all that it is. Now you can see that you actually need to, come to your FAB and you're going to have to actually acquire. Let me go here. Yeah, you need to actually acquire, like actually send them to your library, which is never a great thing, right? Because, I don't know how many of those are in this same situation. I know that the common hazel is in my library, but it says here that I need to actually add it to my library. Is that right? Let's see. If I go here and I go common hazel, it's already here. So, oh, god damn it. You would never know, if something that is in your library, it's actually here in these whatever libraries in your vault. Let's call it the FAB library vault. All right. But yeah, that's that. Now, there are good news, at least on this side. Apart from that disconnection from what is in your actual FAB library and what is here, or what is in that limbo that we don't know what it is, where something is acquired but it's not in your library. I don't know how that happens, but for now, it seems like it is actually a thing. There are good news. In the actual categories here, there used to be a couple of categories. Now, this thing is lengthy. You have tons of new categories to actually, if you have like tons of stuff, for example, right? You might want to actually start having filters for those things. And those filters are now a little bit better. So you can actually uncheck all and you can go and search for things that are abandoned. Yeah, Shantytown and Infinite Blade hideout. I would say that there should be a couple more there. I think that the actual meta tags here are a little bit hit and miss, but it's much better than it used to be. So let me turn off that one and let me go and search for environments, right? Let's see. Oh, there are two environments. There is environments and there is environments. Let's see what is in environment. Do I get more on the other environment? Yeah. So I would say that there is a bit. Remember that people were offered, not people, actually sellers of all of these marketplace assets were offered like an early, migrate your stuff, make sure that everything has like this new meta tag system that we're using that is going to be used to categorize, promote, and discoverability of your stuff. And if you don't, because you may not be, I don't know, in this planet at this moment, we're going to force you and bring your stuff here. And God knows what meta tags will end up on your stuff, right? So I think there is an actual meta tag issue here. And that is also part of the bad. I think that they need to actually fix those things so the actual discoverability is really good and the actual filtering is something that should be a lot more easier. Talking about filtering, I don't think that this here is useful, like 2D assets, 3D models, animations, atlases, audio. I don't know, this falls very short about what I might want to get. Game templates, HCIs. So, for example, what is a blueprint? Is a game system? Maybe. I know that maybe VFX is going to be particles. Yeah, for the most part. That is good. And then inside that, you're going to have like more meta tags into this thing. So, for example, if I search just for VFX liquids, that is good. Let me see. If I need things just for Unreal, I might need to actually go formats and just check Unreal Engine. So now I know that these might be, for the most part, I would say that this would be like Niagara stuff, right? And let me check any of these. Rain, waterfall, something, something. All right, I can see it. This looks like something that is inside the actual engine. Yeah, this is like a showroom for an Unreal Engine stuff. Now, if you go down here, you're going to see that you have more tags like drops, splash, waterfalls, foam, water, rain, ripples. So it's all around the place. This thing being down there and also being up here is not well thought. I think that they could do a much better, system of these tags and categories, right? If you go down on these categories, this is Fortnite. I don't know if you actually notice it, but this way of actually organizing stuff is Fortnite. And everybody hates this way of actually putting things together because it will only show you like a couple of the most promoted and things that they want you to actually. And right now might be a little bit messy because I bet that they still don't have any sort of metrics for what should be here and what should not be here. Like I bet that, let's see. Yeah, in smart asset, characters and creatures, I don't think that the actual modular druid bundle is like the best creature that they have. But for now, because people have still not come here and search and like and rate and do that, all that kind of stuff might not be, perfect. But that's I would count it as bad, but not ugly, right? I think that this is like this because they may, and I know that they're working on the discoverability of islands on Fortnite. They might be using like the same system, and this is why it's exactly the same. Like they will have these working with the same system. So they only have to actually maintain one. And if they find like a good algorithm to actually drive this, it's going to work for these, and it's going to also work for Fortnite creatives, which might not be that bad. Roscoe says, yeah, it didn't crash. My internet like went bonkers when I tried to download the thing. It needs rework for sure. How YouTube handles your library of playlists. Say what? I don't know much about YouTube. Not much at least. But all right, let's continue with just a few more things that I want to actually go through. I must say that there are a couple of things here that points in a particular direction. I was saying that there's going to be a few things from Quixel that could not be migrated to FAB because they had issues with the displacement and the actual quality of the stuff. They say that it was like very old stuff, so they are actually discarding that. They're not going to rework it or doing stuff with that. They're going to simply remove it, either from Quixel and from FAB, so you're not going to be seeing that any longer. Now, for example, if I go here, check this. If I search for material in Quixel, there is nothing. But if I search for surface, now I can actually see the materials. So they carry the same meta tags that were in Quixel, because in Quixel, everything was an actual material. Traditionally was called an actual surface. You need to actually search for surface. Now, take a look at this. If I actually click on this rock surface, it looks like it has displacement. And I can actually see here, I don't know if these are the actual maps, but I think this is the actual displacement information, or the actual showcase of the displacement functioning. Like, this is not normal map. This is impossible that this is normal map. So I think that finally we're going to have displacement back on Quixel stuff. And that is going to be great. That is going to be amazing. The fact that now, that being said, if we go here, and I go here, and I tested with this particular column, I went up here, and that is the other ugly that I'm going to say. The first ugly is having that hideous, FAB should be here, but it's not in the actual launcher. Well, the fact that if you go, Windows, there is no FAB here, as they, said that should be. In fact, I would say that it should be actually here, right? But in their defense, I would say these. This is 5.5 preview, and previews don't have actual final plugins on them. And I know that FAB is going to be an actual plugin, as the actual Quixel Bridge is. So I would say that we might need to wait for 5.5.0, not 5.5 preview, to actually have that FAB thing there. Now, what would happen with 5.4, you say? I really don't know, because so far, if you go here, there is no, if you go install plugins, there is not here. And if you search in FAB for the Unreal Engine plugin, it's not there. So I think it's simply not there yet. Now, what I was going to say is, let's find that rock surface, right? Let's go Quixel Bridge. That is still here. And it's going to remain here because there's still no FAB. And even when FAB comes, you're not going to have metahumans in FAB for a long time. They're still finding a way to actually move these away, because it's really interconnected with MetaHuman Creator, right? Because MetaHuman Creator, what you create there comes into my MetaHumans, et cetera, et cetera. So that connection is a thing that they are planning for the near future. So even when FAB comes out, we're going to have a time where if you click here, you're going to find Quixel Bridge that might be called Quixel Bridge MetaHumans, and you're going to have FAB under it, and where it says Unreal Marketplace. So this is going to be, remove. Never worked. Like, if you click there, it wouldn't take you anywhere anyways. But I think that is going to happen, right? Now, let's go home, and let's actually search for rock surface. Rock surface. I should be able to find that particular one. Let me just see the actual meta tags of it and see if I can find the exact same one. It says rough, right? Let me see. Rough. And I don't know. Well, we have another one here. Yeah, in the actual preview, you can see that it does present displacement. So let's hope that this one, is not this one. But let's hope that this one actually carries the displacement, because it shows here in the actual, thing. So let's download it. Let's download the highest quality. Oh my God, hopefully my thing won't crash again. Don't crash. Don't crash. Don't crash. Don't crash. You can do it. It's just a material. Come on, Argentinian internet. I love you. All right. Seems like it's fine. So now let's go local, and it's right here. I'm going to actually add it to my project very soon, and it's here. There it is. All right, let's save everything because, oh, it came saved. That's weird. All right, let me try it right here in this floor, right? I was trying wild stuff, so I'm going to delete that. Let's try it right here and preparing shaders. Hopefully everything is going to be fine. It's fine. Oh, you know what? This is not a good thing to actually test it here. I would need something that actually have a little bit more topology, right? So let me go to my modeling tools. Let me recreate this. I'm going to create an actual sphere. And I'm going to put it here. I want to see the actual wireframe of it. I think it has enough to have actual nanite tessellation on it. So let's keep it like that. I'm going to add it. I'm going to add it. Let me turn off this thing. And let me assign it. All right, it did. Coolio. So now I have this in here. But where is the tessellation? Let's give it more opportunities. Remember, I'm on 5.5, so I don't have to go and do the gimmicky of, doing the, default engine ini and all that sort of stuff, or turning on, actual nanite tessellation. Now, it should be as easy as, first of all, make sure that your stuff, Control B, right click, nanite, enable. That's it. Now it's nanite. Let's save it. Let's save everything. That is good. Now I need to actually check these, the actual material instance, and I can go to the material property overrides, and I will go enable tessellation. Turn it on. Displacements, scaling, magnitude 50. Nothing. All right. That is because the actual master material, I'm sure of it, if I actually double click on it, this is what we get. This is the old material. So let's check the ARD, all right? So this is the actual combined map. You can see that the actual blue is not connected to anything. So what is blue, you say? Well, if I go here on my combined map and I open it up, you're going to see that it does have an actual name, and it's called, let me go back here so you can actually read it. It's called the ORDP. So O, it's occlusion, R is roughness, and DP is displacement, right? So if I actually open it up, you're going to see that R is displacement. No, R is occlusion, and G is roughness, and B is the displacement, right? So this is what we're after. Now let's turn this off and let's go back here. Now we need to inject the actual, you're not going to get any map adjustment for displacement at this point. You can actually go and set material attributes, and you can reconnect these there, and this is just like a bypass. But here, this node is really funny because you can actually add a new socket to this. And you can choose what socket it is. And I want this to be displacement. Now I'm going to inject into this pipe the actual displacement that should be out of this B combined map. That's it. I'm going to save. I'm going to... And now that I changed this in the actual master material, it's going to be on for everything. Good thing is that this is an actual material property override per instance, so you can actually enable tessellation on what you need, right? So it won't show here because this particular sphere here is not nanite. But if I save this, all right, yeah, I think it's working. There it is. It's working fine. All right, let's go down here. And 50, it's too much. 1, yeah, it's somewhere there. 5, all right. Now I have a displacement rock. So what we can learn about these? Well, we still have displacement. We have always have displacement in Quixel materials or surfaces because people have been using those in other DCCs than Unreal, and they were using that channel to actually drive the displacement. We had to wait for actual nano displacement to be finally, out of, I don't know if it's production already, but you can see that it works. You don't have to go and do any gimmicky, right? So it's here now. It's working, but the materials are not there yet. So how much time do we have to wait? Maybe when we get, instead of the Quixel bridge, right? That is going to be solely for the purpose of metahumans, and we don't have Unreal Marketplace taking us nowhere kind of link. We're going to have actual FAB here, and that should open an actual, to tell you the truth, I'm thinking that they are going to erase this, like, wiki, and they're going to set FAB here. And that's it, because this thing is actually working. Who knows? Maybe that is what they're going to actually do. And they're going to repurpose a couple of these things here and there, and that's it. I don't know. That might be what would happen. Only the new plugin, when it's ready, it's going to tell us the truth, right? But yeah, so far, this is everything I have learned. We have two big uglies. The fact that they didn't have the plugin ready on launch for Unreal Engine, that's a shame, big shame on them. The fact that they have these is the most ugly in the world. I know that you don't love the actual launcher. It's been 10 years since only maintenance. It's been better. It's been progressing at a very snail pace. But yeah, this is unacceptable. Still the truth. This is horrible. That those butterflies are not even in the actual, imagine that are not even in the actual FAB market. Well, whatever this is, this should not be here. If this was not going to be here, remove it. Don't set anything here. Soon, make sure that you see an actual yellow dot here where it says settings. That will prompt you to actually go and update your launcher, and we're going to have like a better version of these very soon, hopefully. And those two, I would say, that are the big uglies. Some may say that mistreating Quixel inside FAB is an ugly. I would say no. There are a vendor now, and I will treat them as vendors, right? So that's it. And the other ugly is that, yeah, they need more metrics, they need more stuff. Oh, there is one big ugly that I need to actually show you. Watching those videos that I was telling you, if you search for anything, normally, 3D models, right? Let's go there. You're going to find tons and tons of stuff from FAB, right? And you're going to find things that are not legal here. You're going to find people scrapping actual video games and publishing their models here, right? That is not a great thing, right? And I saw some, if you start, searching for those, you're going to find some of those here, which is not that great, right? To have that kind of things here. So they need to actually take care of that. Then is the actual issue, and I learned this by another video that I saw, that if you actually go and search for 2D assets, this thing is filled to the brim with AI stuff generated, right? So you need to actually make sure that if you don't want to actually see products with AI, you click here. Now they're not going to be there. Now, if you go, and go back to 3D models, let's go back real fast. That thing is off again. So some people say that there should be something in your settings that you may want to have this on all times, right? That's granted. I would say that that is a fair, thing to say about this. I won't call it really ugly, but it's ugly. The part that you can actually have things here that are illegal that you can actually download in terms of them being property of someone else and not the one who is selling it. And let's call it ugly, the fact that, let's call it bad, the thing that this should be on by default, for sure, right? The AI stuff. And that's it. I think that they need to actually work with this. This cannot be the latest form for FAB. I know that it's not. They've been working on this thing like for a year. Like they announced it last year. They took it like a year and 1 month and half of 1 month, I would say. And I think it's in great shape. I think it's not going to be a hindrance to what I do daily with it. I think that people that are going to be selling stuff here might have their own, perspective out of what just happened. But I would say that hopefully this is going to take us places. The fact that I'm really enjoying this, like this, I don't really care. This to me is, I don't know, it's going to be good. If we can get some stuff from them on our side, that is going to be good. But mostly what you can find in Unity are plugins to make Unity actually work. And those are not going to work in Unreal Engine. So I don't know. Half of the marketplace of Unity are stuff that makes Unity work, not actual, good stuff, right? Like good models and characters and stuff like that. But actually having connection with Unreal Engine and Fortnite, that is going to be great. Them having actual access to Quixel stuff and everything from the marketplace inside UEFN, I think they are going to be very, very much, content with that situation. All right. And I think I'm going to leave it up to this point. It was a rocky stream because it was caught in the middle. Hopefully I'm going to try to make like a video out of this if it's possible at some point. I want to bring people, the peace of mind that this thing is not as bad. It's a little bit ugly. It's a rocky launch for sure, as this live was, but it's not unheard of. I don't think it's going to be bad. Like we need to start, ditching this and finding another place to go. I don't think. But yeah, all right. Thank you so much, Roscoe, and everybody that came to this live and the last one that crashed. So I want to thank you all, and be good. I love you all, and I will check you on the next one. Bye bye, everybody.